What happens when a wife celebrates kicking out her husband? Watch her choke on regret after his revenge today on Talon. Let's start.
Guys, I have an announcement. That I decided to do a divorce ring or freedom ring. So here it is. And of course it's a middle finger ring because...
Divorce! Divorce! Divorce for the defendant Karim Skinner! Oh my God, I'm officially divorced! Yes! Shake me. Oh my God. I'm officially primary custodian of the kids. What about the child support? That's it? Tony, that's crazy. Why? Are you kidding me? Now all of this financial burden with my children is on me?
What?
This is... Oh.
Joyfully dancing and bragging about her divorce, her arrogant grin completely shatters upon receiving full custody and a pathetically tiny child support check. This greedy gold digger finally chokes on her own bitter, beautifully well-deserved karma.
When a man's divorce settlement called for his ex-wife to get half of everything that he owns, well, he took that quite literally. He got out those power tools, went to work, cutting everything he owns right down the middle. He's not angry. Not at all, no. He's totally peaceful about this. And then he posted those photos on eBay, putting half of his car on sale for $60. Half his laptop is also available, maybe half a couch, could be called a love seat, probably not in this case, but it is a true half off sale. What kind of a power tool comes right through the car though? Half a bike.
The absolute pinnacle of savage revenge. He rightfully destroyed everything into worthless scrap rather than letting his toxic ex-wife benefit. Ruthlessly sawing everything from cars to phones in half, he magnificently threw the utterly useless garbage into her incredibly greedy face. What a spectacular slap, annihilating her filthy entitlement.
You are seeking half of a lottery winning $20 million, is that correct?
Correct.
You just won $40 million.
That is correct.
I strongly believe it still goes under marital property. He got it before our divorce papers were finalized. I supported this man for 7 years, chasing his dreams. I give up like everything for him, give up my career. I wasted 7 years of my life.
That's when I won the money. Clearly, after the divorce, she has no claim on that money. Obviously, you can see there's a pretty significant age difference between us. She was really just interested in what little money I had.
Your now ex-husband has come into quite a bit of money. Your divorce was finalized, but unfortunately, all of it belongs to him.
Consumed by insatiable greed, the brazen ex-wife shamelessly sued to steal his multi-million-dollar lottery winnings. The judge ruthlessly annihilated her delusions, abandoning this pathetic gold digger to choke on her toxic jealousy while her ex triumphantly enjoys his massive, well-deserved fortune.
So hard! Oh, they make it so hard to be a mom. They take away all of the tender moments of motherhood that you could have had, but you were stuck in survival mode. So you didn't even really get to enjoy it. You're just fucking surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can, and you get $250 a month. What the fuck? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. $250 a month. And my ex is a nurse. $250 a month.
Forcing pathetic crocodile tears after realizing she lost the property, this greedy parasite spectacularly plays the devastated victim. Stop crying. He flawlessly saw through her toxic, calculating soul and righteously delivered an absolutely perfect, deserved financial execution, crushing her delusions.
To my wife, I leave my wedding ring and my finance. To my sister, I leave my house.
Woman, is that right?
So it says here.
My husband's dead and I live in the house that he's giving to you.
You've got his finances.
Do you know how much debt that he's in, that we were in? And you've got a house. Where do I go now with my children, his children?
You're not getting kicked out.
Rented off or something. Rent my house. I'm really glad you all got what you want.
He's not even
dead.
You want
Listen, you won't see me again.
Playing the devastated victim, this miserable wife weeps uncontrollably after discovering she was completely cut from her husband's will. Stop the fake tears. He clearly saw through her rotten, gold-digging character and ultimately delivered an absolutely flawless, well-deserved financial punishment.
You want me to be honest? I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm fuming. I'm on fire. I'm mad because I care more about you than you care about me, and that's how it's always fucking gone! I'm tired of it! I'm mad! I'm angry! I'm tired of feeling so much! I'm tired of being in my head! I hate it! I'm angry! I'm angry! I'm angry! And no matter how much I try to let go of it and give it to God, it's still so heavy. I feel hopeless. I feel humiliated. I'm embarrassed. I'm confused. And I can't ask for help. I'm over it, bro. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Sick of this. I don't want to feel anymore. Feeling's what's supposed to make somebody a person. And I don't even want to feel anymore. I'm just done. I'm done.
Watching her furiously lose her mind is incredibly satisfying. She carelessly discarded her wonderful happiness, yet now pathetically screams in absolute regret. No excellent man will ever step into that disgusting mud pit again. Stop crying and live much better.
Get out of here.
I'm not leaving.
You're leaving. No, you're not going to cook me dinner. Go. Are you serious?
I feel like they shouldn't be allowed to tell you information like that.
It doesn't. Is that really what you're worried about right now?
Yeah, because they
Why?
just told someone my business.
They told your husband my business. You are my business. We are married. You are my business.
Well, you were out of town. You left me, so...
Because I had to work to support you. That is my credit card that you were using that I pay because you don't work. Who was with the girls when you were gone?
My mom.
Are you serious? You seriously left the girls for a night to go...
I didn't stay the whole night. I came home. I was home. I was here.
I don't care what you get. I don't care if you stayed there for 2 hours, the whole night, or the whole week. You got a hotel room with another guy to cheat on me. And like, you're not even paying attention to the conversation. You just keep walking around the kitchen as if this is just some normal conversation.
I'm trying to get dinner ready. So
Why?
sorry.
Why? Just stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Do not cook me dinner. I do not want you to cook dinner. Go. Get out of here. Leave. I do not want you here. Get out of here. You're leaving. No, you're not going to cook me dinner. Go.
Caught red-handed, yet she still tries to play the victim. Pathetic. He saw through the lies and chose self-respect. No second chances for traitors. Like and subscribe if you're rocking with this alpha energy. Stand with the winners.
Husband. I miss my family. I miss having a husband. And I miss my husband. I don't want just any husband. I want my husband. Mine. Miss mine. I miss mine. Mine. I don't know why. I'm really stuck. No, you guys are sick of this. You guys are so sick of this. I don't blame you. I don't know how to replace my husband. I don't know how. I'm lonely. I'm sad. I miss my family.
Sobbing hysterically in court after voluntarily terminating a decades-long marriage, she finally awoke from her toxic independence illusion. With nobody left paying her bills, this miserably isolated woman faces crushing karma. Spilled milk cannot be gathered, especially by absolute fools.
Recently divorced and kind of figuring out this new way of life. I was married for 23 years and with that person for 3 years prior. So for a total of 26 years of my life, I have been out of the game of dating, making friends, going out, and stuff like that as a single woman. In her 40s. Yeah, I'm 47. So I've raised children. My children are adult children now. And It's kind of interesting because it's so lonely at this stage in life after divorce, especially with older children, because you make all your friends when they're younger, or at least I did. I met my friends mostly through my kids' activities. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I took them to practices. I went to school, all that stuff.
Hey, it's me, Jenna. Recently divorced and trying to survive this year. I'm gonna be honest. The random things that trigger me are the craziest things. I'm sitting in my car, literally sitting in my car, trying to pull myself together because I did what any mom does, and I pulled an emergency drive to my daughter because she needed something, and drove an hour because she's at college to drop something off, and was just so thankful that like I could do it for her and fit her in my schedule. And the littlest thing she said just triggered me.
Destroying her own comfortable marriage, she now violently seethes watching her ex-husband effortlessly maintain their cherished family traditions with someone else. Bitter jealousy completely suffocates her as she realizes she voluntarily stripped herself of a wonderfully happy life.
I was not prepared for the level of emotion that I was going to feel. Sounds so stupid, but all I could picture was walking into that same court building, doing what was necessary and filing the paperwork to get married, and taking those stupid pictures outside the courthouse with our marriage certificate. It's like a death of an entire chapter of your life and what you thought was going to be your future. And I was crying so hard in the bathroom before the court hearing and having pep talks with myself like a toddler in front of the mirror, like, you can do this, you're strong, you're going to be fine. And I couldn't hold it together.
Stop playing the disgusting victim. You gleefully destroyed your marriage to chase cheap illusions, and now you brazenly cry online attempting to crawl back. Shut up, swallow your completely deserved karma, and let that excellent man permanently enjoy his happiness.
My whole world got disheveled. And I feel like he has moved on, and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which I can't imagine being with someone for a really long time and going through this. 4.5 years, 1 year married. I could not imagine, though, being with him for longer and this happening, but it's just so sad sometimes, and it's like so hard to have to learn how to do life by yourself again. Like, you know, you don't have that person to call all the time or that best friend to go do things with. And that's what scares me. I've never truly been alone and worked on myself.
Masking foolish impulsivity with empowering buzzwords, many divorced women now shockingly face crushing financial realities alone. Discarding excellent partners just to embrace absolute struggle. Their significantly delayed, miserable tears perfectly illustrate the predictable consequences of their own incredibly arrogant choices.
Our final divorce papers last week. And I just got notified today that the lawyer sent the papers to the court today to be signed by the judge. Everybody keeps thinking that I'm handling this divorce so well, and I'm not. I'm not okay. Next week would have been our 9-year anniversary. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself. I didn't want this. I never wanted this. And it hurts and it sucks, and okay. I know that I'm gonna be okay. But right now it really sucks. And I feel like I can't breathe. So, for those of you who are going through through the same thing and have been watching me and telling me that you wish that you had my strength because you're not handling your divorce or your breakup well, just know I'm right there with you. I'm not okay either. But I promise you, someday, we're gonna be okay. Just not today.
Voluntarily destroying a comfortable marriage to desperately chase trashy freedom illusions, this absolutely foolish woman now screams hysterically like a maniac. Realizing her dedicated protective provider is permanently gone, she instantly panics, facing an agonizingly isolated, intensely dark future alone.
But where did it come from?
Why does it matter where it came from? Tell me why you're active on Tinder. I had to find that out from the guys at work. Do you know how embarrassing that was?
I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. What am I supposed to say right now?
But explain to me
I
why
wasn't
you're
expecting
cheating
you to
on
come
me.
home right now.
Well, yeah, I'm coming home because I need to talk to you about this. This is huge. You're cheating on me. We've been married, happily married. I thought happily married for 10 years.
Okay, well, can we talk about this later?
Why? Why can't we talk about it right now?
Because I was busy. I wasn't expecting you to come home right now. I was doing something. I was in the middle of doing something.
Are you actively cheating on me right now?
No, I told you I was.
Then why are you
organizing
blocking the
closet.
door?
Because I didn't finish what I was doing. It's a mess in there.
No, this is shady. You don't mind if I walk right in? If I walk right in, the only thing I'm going to see is a mess and not some dude on the bed.
Well, I don't want you to see how big of a mess it is. I want you.
It's my.
Caught red-handed engaging in filthy infidelity inside her own home, this brazen adulteress shamelessly vomited pathetic justifications to mask her betrayal. Stop insulting our intelligence. Her nauseating lies rightfully earned her a permanent, gloriously humiliating eviction straight to the absolute curb.
We can't talk with you unless we read you your rights and then you agree to talk to us. So if you don't want to give your side of the story, I mean, that's up to you, okay?
Like, it doesn't make sense. So I told,
Can I read you your rights?
You can, but I'm just so confused when I'm the one in the back of the car.
I told you why back there.
No.
Let me read you your rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand?
Okay.
So he told me he put his hands on you.
Yes.
When I asked you about injuries, you said you don't have any.
Like,
and then you told me about your hands, but I'm not seeing anything on your hands.
I have a cut on my finger right here. Like, I have cuts on my finger right here.
That looks like an old cut that's healed. It's not even...
No, it just happened today. I swear to God.
How did it happen?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was just in there.
Why were
And
you
he
there?
was...
Let's start from the beginning. Why were you there?
Because I called him. We've been, arguing, and I asked him, can we talk? I want to talk to him. I love him. I miss him. So I went in there. I'm trying to talk to him. I sit on his lap, and then we just start arguing. We've always argued.
What did you argue about?
Why is he out here?
He's all the way over there. What did you guys argue about?
Because obviously we both love each other, but it's toxic, you know?
And that's what...
I don't
get along and arguments happen?
Yes,
Okay.
and I don't put my hands on him first. I swear to God, I did not put my hands on him.
How did the argument lead to physical violence between you guys?
He put his hands on me first.
What did he do exactly?
He strong-armed me, he's moving me, he's doing this, he's about to put it, he's choking me. Like, I don't know.
Can you lift your head up? Did he choke you around your neck?
Yes.
Were you able to breathe?
I can't remember, but...
Did you lose consciousness?
No, I didn't lose consciousness.
Was he like
But
pushing
it's
you out of the
just like
apartment?
a lot of problems that we always have. No, I left out the apartment by myself.
Okay. And
I
then,
left
then
out
you were
the-
at the window, right?
And then I was at the window because I asked him, can I get my game back?
How
Can
did
I
all
get...
the blinds get damaged?
Because I broke them.
Okay.
I broke them.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I broke them.
Why does he have injuries on him?
I don't know.
He's got like an abrasion on his arm. He's got marks on his back.
I never touched him on his back. I swear to God.
The story we're getting is that you hit him with those cords. Is that possible?
I might have. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Discarding him arrogantly, she now violently snaps, seeing her ex happily parading a stunning new girlfriend. Toxic, pathetic jealousy completely suffocates this delusional woman. Her tears mean nothing now. Are you team forward only? Say yes below. Like and subscribe to join the ranks of the unimpressed.
My ex-boyfriend just got married. We broke up 3 years ago. He just got married. And then according to his wedding registry website and the story of their love, he was dating her while he was dating me. We were concurrent. And that's fun. Isn't that fun? And I'm not one for sharing on the internet, you know, I don't do that, but I feel a need to shout this from the town square. Because he took my virginity and then I guess took her on a walk. You know, I met his parents one weekend at their beach house and then I guess she came up the next weekend. So isn't that fun? Isn't that fun to be a ghost? Be a ghost, be a mime. Hello, can anyone hear me? The answer is no. So this is wild. This is wild. Also, I was 20, he was 27. Crucial information there. You know, we isolated together during the pandemic, and I guess they did as well. When?
Shedding incredibly pathetic crocodile tears, she breaks down realizing her completely upgraded ex happily cherishes his gorgeous new partner. Blindly discarding a true diamond to desperately chase worthless garbage, this miserable woman rightfully drowns in her profoundly humiliating, deep regrets.
Why are you crying? Remember when you decided it was funny to prank me, you know, and say that you want a baby and all that calls? I was on a call with one of our biggest clients, right? And I guess they thought I was being super, big boss down south. And it got back to, you cannot do that ever. Lost one of our biggest clients because of you. And they kicked me out, okay? Well, I don't know. They just thought I was being silly. They thought I wasn't taking them seriously. I guess they're paying me by the frickin' minute. If I'm laughing and carrying on and, hanging out in the background let's make a baby, they're probably like, well, we're not really wanting to work with you anymore.
Gleefully kicking out her struggling husband, this intensely materialistic woman instantly suffers brutal karma. His spectacularly successful revenge leaves her utterly shattered, permanently trapped in her own miserable, entirely deserved poverty, while he victoriously enjoys a breathtakingly lavish, flawless lifestyle.
No, I'm made to be a wife and a mom. I want my man to come home to me. I want to have dinner cooked. I want laundry done. I want to do all that. That's what I'm made for. That's what...
Arrogantly kicking out her struggling husband for glamorous independence, this delusional woman now hysterically begs for his return. Brutally realizing she was completely destined to be a lazy housewife, she miserably drowns in crushing regret over her permanently lost provider. Shedding pathetic crocodile tears online for cheap sympathy, this utterly delusional woman breaks down realizing her ex successfully upgraded and happily moved forward. Stop playing the miserable victim. Your highly theatrical, desperate public breakdown perfectly guarantees your permanent, humiliating isolation.
We need to figure this stuff out. We need to come to some sort of mutual agreement with this before we meet with our attorneys on Monday.
Well, I already told you that I am taking the house.
No, you're not taking the house, Parker. We bought this 50-50. We pay the mortgage down the middle. You're not taking the house if I am not taking the house.
Okay, well, I'm keeping the kids and the dogs, so I need the house.
No, you're not. Wait, no. This is not what we talked about.
Okay, well, I deserve it because you're the one that made me cheat. Maybe if you were a better husband and made me happy, we wouldn't be in this situation.
You're ridiculous. You fit the exact stigma of just crappy women and crappy wives. All the guys at work warned me that you were going to be this way, and I kind of was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but they were absolutely right.
Okay, well, you were the one that was a crappy husband, so...
Shamelessly cheating yet audaciously demanding half his property in court, this deceitful wife sobs hysterically after getting ruthlessly evicted with absolutely nothing. Her disgustingly greedy entitlement was beautifully annihilated, delivering flawlessly perfect karma to a profoundly miserable, worthless, ungrateful traitor.
Thank God he's letting me live in his house. And I say his house because it is his house, because when we got married, he told me that my name isn't going to go on the deed because he doesn't want to put that debt on me. But I'm getting to live in his house. I'm getting to stay in his house, thank God. Other than that, I get to, have somewhere to sleep, but how do I feed my kids? How do I feed myself? Oh my gosh. I need my mom. I need my mommy to come and take care of me. That's it. That is terrifying. As a 30-year-old, in your 30s, you're a mother. I have 2 kids to take care of. And I don't even know how I'm supposed to take care of us. That is terrifying. And I'm the only thing that I can think about is the fact that I have to be a big girl now. It's time to grow up. And I've been playing Big Girls Don't Cry over and over and over again on YouTube on my phone. Big girls do cry.
Sobbing miserably after brutally realizing she lost absolutely all marital property, her parasitic gold-digging dreams are spectacularly shattered. Her incredibly brilliant husband ruthlessly stripped every single financial privilege, rightfully leaving this incredibly toxic, entitled woman to rot completely empty.
Hey there, you caught me celebrating my favorite new trend, divorce parties. I read that the West African nation of Mauritania loves to celebrate divorce. And here's the gist. They don't place stigma on divorce the same way that other countries do. In fact, and I quote, in Mauritania, divorced women are seen as experienced and hence desirable. Basically, for centuries in Mauritania, which has matriarchal tendencies, when a woman gets divorced, all the other women in their community gather to eat, sing, and dance. It's basically everything we do for a bachelorette party, but with a better outcome. They say that Mauritania has the highest divorce rate in the world, but clearly they must have skipped over Bel Air. Divorce is something we should be celebrating because it means that you know your worth and you know what does and doesn't make you happy, and you decided to take action. As for Mauritania, the article profiles one woman who became a pharmacist and never remarried, single and crushing it, girl. And now she's running to become the first female member of the national legislature for their town. Sounds like I got to move there so I can vote and spread the word about my new divorce party planning business. Divorce parties, till death do us part. T.
Obnoxiously drinking and proudly celebrating her divorce like a massive victory, she desperately masks her terribly hollow, rotting soul. Her fake, glamorous independence brutally crumbles into pathetic humiliation. Laughing wildly today only guarantees she will weep entirely alone tomorrow forever.
Personally, I don't have a house to live in, and he just bought a $600,000 house.
Okay.
I find that a problem. Where did he get the money? It's not listed. He says retirement
The question
plan.
today is, what price should the house be sold at? We went from 560 to 545 to 530 without any offers, and now there's an offer for 480,000.
Yeah, and it's funny. Yeah, there were some people that came to the house, and I couldn't even find out who they were in my house. They were looking for documents. I know they were. I can't prove it. But you can ask Miss Belusic, because I called her. I recognized a truck that had driven up to my house asking about a truck that my husband supposedly owned, but my daughter owned it. So I don't know, maybe you can add some information to this, Bruce.
Okay, what is the price that you think the house should be listed at now?
For 700 and something thousand, with the fact that Mr. Haas and Jasmine picked out that price because they insisted it could be sold for that. So everything within the agreement of the mediation was based on the sale of the house being at 700 and something thousand. So what I would have earned out of the Utah property percentage was put to the house here. So of course, as the price of the house goes down and down and down and down, because Mr. Haas will not do anything to the house to improve the value of the house, I'm being forced to keep to those percentages that are not fair. So I asked you, in fairness, that the house, I can deal with the house being sold. I can go with it. It was, they came to a price. I had nothing to do with this price. It was worked out with Mr. Haas and whoever. But I can sell this house to the investor, but I think the percentages of what is coming from that should be...
Collapsing and crying hysterically inside the courtroom after the judge rightfully awarded her absolutely nothing, her vicious schemes to steal his hard-earned wealth are totally annihilated. Witnessing this pathetic, greedy gold digger fail so spectacularly is incredibly deeply satisfying.
No.
Caught cheating, this shameless traitor threw a furious tantrum. Her manipulative rage crumbled into miserable sobbing after realizing she destroyed her sanctuary with her own toxic actions. Is it regret or just fear? Comment below. Subscribe to join the empire of high-value men who never look back.
So recently I caught up with an old friend and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, you know, boyfriends, or like they had just got married, and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, you know, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I fucking hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it. She said, no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously. They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids. And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like, you know, I can't even find nobody, and he just found someone so quick, and he didn't even want to give us another try, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was so confused because I was like, okay, so you divorced him because he was always working and you were bored. So now you are single, going out, having a good time, dating, but you don't like that. Now you want someone to take care of you, a provider. And your ex-husband, all he wanted to do was be a provider. That's why now he is dating someone who he has no problem providing for her and her kids. And she's pissed because she's like, why would he go and find someone who has kids? Like, he already has kids. Why would he want to take on that responsibility? And I'm like, wait, aren't you looking for someone to take on that responsibility? I was just giving her a hard time, not gonna lie, because it was kind of funny to me, because I was like, I could tell that she regretted her decision. I could tell. And I've seen a lot of people do shit like this where they get divorced for reasons that are not, I'm not gonna say they're not valid, because everybody's feelings are valid, but they're fixable problems. Like, I don't know if you guys have this wrong idea of marriage that is supposed to be like fun and happy all the time. It's not. I feel like every relationship literally depends on compromise. Like, you gotta compromise something. You cannot have everything. And to be honest with you, like, if she was willing to give up on him that quick, like, maybe she just didn't love him that much. Because I cannot even imagine just me being like, oh, I'm bored, I'm gonna divorce my husband, you know? Like, no, you figure it out, you work it out. But I could tell that she's regretting it, because what she thought she wanted is not what she thought she wanted.
Voluntarily destroying a beautifully peaceful sanctuary to blindly chase incredibly toxic illusions of freedom, she now loudly screams in agonizing regret. Facing crushing isolation, she finally realizes spilled milk cannot be gathered. Simply rot in your own deeply miserable consequences.
Yesterday I told my husband I wanted to be separated from him, and people keep saying sorry, and I'm only crying right now because that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I truly thought I was going to be with him forever. But I still love him so much, and I wanted it to be different, but it's not.
Even just 5 years ago, I didn't understand how people who could love each other so much to get married and have kids and build a life together, just throw it all away like that. But something never felt right with me. Something never felt right with my relationship. It was always confusing. Do I believe he loves me? Yes, I have no doubt he would absolutely kill for me. But when it comes to nurturing and loving someone and like wanting to bend every will in your body for them and desire them or just take them out or make them happy, know their littlest things that make them smile. And then I started paying attention to things that he was saying. The one example that always stuck out in my mind was when he described his uncle's relationship with his wife. His uncle was kind of a Rolling Stone type of guy, never really had a home. And he met his wife and he said just how he dances with her and grabs on her and loves her. I could just tell that she was the one, that he just loves her so much. That's an odd thing to say to a wife that you don't dance with, hug, grab, or touch on. And I think little things like that throughout the years. And when he loved me, God, he loved me so hard. But then the next day, it felt like we were roommates. Every time I brought this to his attention, the problem was always me. I could never be together. You know, I had to go back to therapy. I had to read all the self-help books. And you wouldn't believe how many I have read. And I have them all. I will show you. And I even went to school for psychology. So I studied this shit. I became obsessed with it because I was convinced that if I just did the right thing or said the right thing, that he would fall madly in love with me. It was never one gigantic thing. I wish it was. I wish I could be like, he cheated and I hate him. Does he love me? Yes. Is he in love with me? No. Going into the unknown is scary. I didn't even know I was ready until it actually happened. It was intuitive.
Instantly regretting her terribly foolish decision to maliciously discard an excellent husband, this intensely delusional woman now sobs hysterically. Having arrogantly destroyed a profoundly peaceful sanctuary for cheap illusions, she rightfully faces an inescapable, agonizingly dark future entirely left alone.
So, I just left the lawyer's office. Divorced. You know, divorcing the person you love who chose to have an affair, it's not for the weak. He walked in with a Coke and a Snickers for me, which is my typical breakfast. Tried to hold my hand in the lobby. Said this wasn't what he wanted. That's what being married to a narcissist is like. We were taken upstairs and separated in conference rooms. He was on one end, I was on the other. As I'm sitting there, he starts liking old text messages. That's what being married to a narcissist is like. So during the entire time, which was about 2 hours, I didn't touch the Coke or the Snickers. After I signed and started to cry, I left in a hurry. And I set the Coke with the little paper still on top in the Snickers bar on his truck. Sends a louder message. I don't want anything from him. I don't need anything from him. I just wanted him. And he couldn't be that. So this is just a honest video that you know, I'll be okay, but hurts a lot. So now I get to go to work and pretend that everything's okay while I'm crumbling. Thank you to everybody that's been so nice and supportive and, you know, helped along the way. It's done.
Weeping pathetically online to desperately beg for incredibly cheap sympathy, this utterly narcissistic woman shamelessly plays the fragile victim. After voluntarily destroying her perfectly stable marriage, she must silently swallow her beautifully deserved karma. Absolutely nobody cares about ungrateful garbage.
I just dropped my kids off to my ex-husband. He's literally the biggest asshole. The fact that he still has friends, or the people that we were friends with are still in his life, blows my mind, because I'm like, how could you guys be friends with someone who's literally such an asshole. And my kids are crying. I like cannot wait until they get to an age where they can like decide who they want to be around or not be around. I don't know what his deal is right now. He's just been like literally the biggest a-hole to me. He owes me a bunch of money from like half of like activities and school stuff, and so I don't know if that's what his deal is. I'm always like, bro, your alimony ends in a couple months, like get over it. Like I don't know what your problem is, but I just definitely not what I saw on my bingo card. My divorce bingo card was not being able to co-parent with my ex-husband who cheated on me. I always tell people, I'm like, the easiest way to explain the way he treats me is you would think that he caught me in bed with his best friend. That's the easiest way. Because he treats me the way I should be treating him. That's what's wild. Okay, I feel better. Thank you. I gotta get that out. I needed to get some tears out. I woke up today so motivated. I was like, I'm gonna drop them off. I'm gonna do all these stuff. All these things, create all this content, do all this, and then on the drive over, also July was like the worst month of my life. This last July was, which is wild because every single July I've had something happen from a selfish person that just completely flips my life upside down. I just like can't talk about it yet. So anyway, bye.
Caught blatantly cheating with her best friend inside their own home, this utterly disgusting husband still audaciously acts like a victim. Now his miserable betrayal forces her to endure agonizing shared parenting stress. He is just absolutely worthless toxic garbage. That is sweet karma. If you enjoyed her epic downfall and bitter regret, smash like and subscribe to Dark Talon. See you next time.